Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another Raid Chat Legends video with numbers. Um, so guys, I know a lot of you have seen the other content creators talking about how Leo's event might not come and what it means for the rest of the event, etc., etc. I'm here to tell you that it shouldn't really matter. I know he's a champ that's locked behind the event, and once it's done, you'll never be able to get him. But it's not the first time they've done something like this. Um, you guys also need to recall that there's a champ like He-Man. Ooh, love that for us. Come on, one more. Ah, but yeah, there is He-Man who was also locked behind a paywall. Um, and he's a really good champ. He's not a Unity or anything, but I mean, he's a really solid champ that you could have gotten. But if you didn't pay for it, you didn't get him. Another champ, Xena the Warrior Princess, also locked behind paywall. So you can't get her anymore. You could only get her during that event. And she's also really good for quite a few areas of the game. So it's not surprising if they do make it a shard event or something and a prism event, and the only way to get him would be to pull prisms again or to pull shards, but not guaranteed. I would expect something like that from them. Not really going to be too fussed. I did save some shards, expecting, well, hoping rather, that a Path or Titan event for Leo would come. But as it stands, it doesn't seem like that's the case. We do still have the rest of October to go. It's only the 10th tomorrow, which is when Granite Doorkeep's Path event starts. Then next week, I think we have Wrath, or is it the week after? So, there's still quite a bit of time to go until the end of October. So don't lose hope, is essentially what I'm trying to say. If it comes, in some way or form of a summon or a path, great. I'm sure everybody will be ready for that. And if it doesn't come and we're not able to get our hands on him, it's one of those things we just have to accept that if you didn't have the luck in prisms or shards, you're just not going to get your hands on him. To be fair, it's not too saddening because I do feel like Donnie as a fusion was really good. Mikey as a free champ was really good. So we did get two really good champs out of it just by playing the game. Um, so yeah, let's not look too much on the negative sides, because unfortunately it's what I expect. Don't I don't really expect Plarium to give in to their fan base a lot of the time, and this is one of the times again that I think they're just gonna fluff it and say, if you really want the champ, you'll go and spend for him. It's great for people who are going to spend a ton of money. It's not great for us free to play kind of players. So yeah, look, again, if he comes, cool. If he doesn't, I have 11 shards and I'll wait for a 1+1. I'm close to Mercy. So yeah, I could get a 1+1 double legendary pull. Again, I'm not in a rush to get more champs. I've got tons of champs I still need to build out and 6-star. So yeah, I've got a very big backlog at the moment of champs that need to get up to go up. So I'm not too much in a rush to be getting new champs. Yeah, this video actually was supposed to start on an entirely different note. It was not really about Leo. That's a terrible shield. That's terrible as well. But we got a shot out of that. That's cool. This video is actually all about my good friend Donatello. And like I said before, he's a really solid champ. If you went for the fusion and let's say you got his 3-star soul as well, I'm happy for you because that's how good he is. he brings a lot of utility to your game. Um, he's actually taken my clan boss team to, I'd say, a new level, slightly. Um, my clan boss team was struggling, really. Sometimes we'd fall off of damage quite a lot, but he's kind of gotten us closer to getting that one key sorted. I did plan on showcasing two kind of clan boss teams. The first one is with Ninja. So just gonna make sure he's geared up. Yeah. Everybody else geared up. Cool. So we got Donnie kitted out in a Guardian set as well, by the way, just to absorb extra damage. Mathrala's geared up, and Tarag is geared up. Alright, so I'm gonna quick battle this. We're gonna see what kind of damage we can get. I did get a 1 key yesterday. Might have been some RNG, but yeah, let's have a look. Alright, 42 turns, 72.74 million. I think that's 1 key, right? 72 million? Yeah, so he's getting us the 1 key on Ultra Nightmare, which I was struggling with quite a lot. It's not only him though, it's pretty much the collection of all these champs, but he is enabling it. So for those of you who don't know, the previous Demon Lord team I was using went something like this. Where is he? So we had Venomage in there, we had Arbiter in there, and we had Ancora in there. This was the previous team I had going for Clan Boss, and we pretty much relied on Ancora in a Guardian set, Mithrala for protection, Venomage bringing decreased defense, decreased attack, and Arbiter getting us tons of extra turns with a turn meter boost skill, and ready for revive in case we lose most of the team. And Korra's revive was also bringing back everybody's skills, so it was pretty much a RNG team, unfortunately, as well, but they were outputting a lot less damage, right? And survivability was a big struggle. Sometimes Venomage would fail landing the decreased attack or something. So yeah, it was working but not working at the same time. Um, Switching it up to where are they? There we go. This team, Taragi's got ally protection, decreased attack A1. Leo's got decreased attack. He's got decreased defense. Got leech. Donnie's got heals, resets. He's got strengthen. He's got increased turn meter. Mithrala's got the protections, shield buffs, etc., cleansing, and Ninja's here for damage. So this setup kind of covers everything, with Taragi holding down the ally protection as much as possible. It does require some very good gear. I will have you know that unkillable clan boss teams require very good gear and very good champions. I mean, killable, sorry, killable clan boss teams. So this is my Taragi, 87k HP, 2.5k defense. So he's low on the defense, but he's decently quick. He's got good enough accuracy to land his decreased attack. He's fully booked as well, fully mastered. Going over to Donnie, fully mastered for defense. It's not fully booked though, so this could obviously get much better. Booking out his A2 and A3. Get out in the Guardian set, 85k HP, 4k defense, 260 speed. Where is Mathrala? 68k, 3k, 282 speed. So I just want you to notice something. The two fastest champs, Taragi should be a bit faster though. Taragi should be your fastest champ to keep this ally protection on everyone, right? As much as possible. He should be taking the most turns to ensure that the ally protection doesn't drop off on anybody else, especially your damage dealers. So 280 speed is pretty good for him. Ninja is fully booked, fully mastered. Got him up at 250 speed. He's got the 300 plus accuracy just to land the debuffs. Mikey, 216. He's a bit slow, but he's got decent damage stats, 400 accuracy in this build. This build is just my all-round build for almost everything. fully mastered, partially booked, fully booked A3 for the decreased attack. Yeah, as partially booked A2, so you can land the debuff of decreased defense quite often. A1 don't really care about, so yeah, that's a team. Like I said, when I get these two fully booked, it's going to improve a lot more. Let's go into this. What's brutal or nightmare clan boss, right? One, two. So this team can obviously do nightmare clan boss, but I want to show you if I throw in someone like Acrizia, right? So we want her to just do what she does. She's not geared up. Let's go and gear up. So she can do tons of damage, right? Because she does max HP hits on everything. The problem is she's built up for relentless. So she can quite easily outrun the ally protection buff. She does have a passive that decreases AoE damage, so that might help. So yeah, let's have a look at what she does. Alright, 96 million after 58 turns. It's not that great. Ninja easily crosses 100 million with these kind of turns, so she is lacking a little bit in the damage department, and I explained that in a... Oh wait, I didn't upload that. Okay, I'll explain now, I suppose. So, pretty much, you want Ninja to do that and that. Cool. So, the reason behind the lack of damage with Acrizia, especially in Clan Boss, is she doesn't improve her damage at all throughout the run. So, if she's dealing at most, let's say 400,000 per hit, so 800,000 per double hit, that's where it ends. It's not going to go any higher than that. It's going to stay at that point. Whereas Ninja, over the course of the fight, his escalation passive is going to start proccing, and so the more turns he takes against bosses, the stronger he is going to get. Only takes about 4 escalations, or 5 escalations, sorry, to get to the max attack bonus. Takes about 3 escalations for the crit damage bonus, but you can just imagine that's an extra, what, 25% crit damage, 100% attack. So he goes from 6.4 to, what is it, like 12,000 attack, I'm assuming? 100% bonus? Yeah, should be. So about 12,000, 13,000 attack. And then his crit damage goes up to 230, close to 230%, to 28, which is pretty good, right? So overall, he starts dealing a lot more damage. He can start doing 500, 600k damage per hit on his A1, right? Also has turn meter full on his A1, which is great. The A2 starts slapping for 300k per hit. It's a triple hitter, so you get about 1,000,000 damage with one use of that. And this can do anywhere between 300 to 600k damage per hit as well. So Ninja's obviously, on my account, for me personally, the better damage dealer going into Clan Boss, right? Donnie bringing tons of healing, tons of protection, and the reset, which is also very big, right? Going into, sorry, Hydra. Hydra. Acrizia is MVP for damage, but Donnie is MVP of allowing the team to do what they need to do. Yeah, so as you can see, he pitches in the tons of heals, 4.4. Our healer and reviver, Rector, does 6 million, 6.1. So he's pretty much almost neck and neck with her for healing. Damage wise, he doesn't really bring much to the table, but it's all about his heals, his reset, and his survivability, bringing the strength and bringing the continuous heal. So that's what he's there for. I wanted to show you guys. I did multiple tests on this. So yeah, you can have a look. These top three are my teams. And then this starts going into other people's teams that they've used, some of their combinations with the champs that I have, obviously. So yeah, we have these three teams. We tried putting Molly in for provoking. We tried doing it with, let's see here. So I tried getting in with this kind of team with Matrala. Only reached 98 million max. This team with Molly went up to 83 million. And then we finally settled on a team with Donnie in. This team with Molly had Donnie, but it didn't have Ninja. So we only had one damage dealer, which is not ideal going into Hydra, because once your damage dealer gets eaten, how do you get them out if you don't have another damage dealer in there? So going into Hydra, guys, bear in mind that you do need two really good damage dealers, one to get the other out, pretty much. So we kind of had to settle on this team: Ninja and Acrisia, damage dealers; Rick the Drath being support for heals and revive, also brings Perfect Veil. Nell is the debuffer, just brings decreased defense weaken. She also brings turn meter boost on that skill. Donnie, healing, cleansing, what's this, resetting, strengthening, keeping us alive. So he covers Mithrala, because Mithrala also does the strengthen, shield, increase attack, increase defense. So the only thing we missed on this team was increase attack, right? How I would then change this team to suit that would then be replacing Rector with someone like a Duchess, right? Duchess brings a full team revive. She brings uh, Perfect Veil. She brings block debuffs. She brings increased attack. Although I think, is it only on the revive? Let's just have a look quickly. Demon Spawn. Might be very wrong on that. No, it is on the Veil. So Veil, block debuffs, increased attack. So Duchess would have allowed Ninja to do a ton more damage in the setup. Oh yes, Donnie also brings increased speed, so he does cover that portion as well. Going into Nightmare, there we go. So Donnie's covering a lot of things, giving us more turns. Lamasu, decreased attack, she brings block debuff, she brings decreased speed, she brings a reset and a cleanse on a single target, which is fine. And we had it in the curse set, so she covered the hex when we were lacking with Rala. So the core of the team was perfectly balanced, covering all the debuffs we need, all the buffs we need, and heals that we need, and then two damage dealers. So Donnie can really, I mean, replacing him with Rala is a big deal, especially in Hydra where she is such a good champ. If you're able to take her spot and open up the way for different combinations and variations in the team, that makes you a very good champ, in my opinion. Going into other areas, I can't show you Chimera. I didn't get around to using him in Chimera this week. Here we go. So I didn't get to use him in Chimera this week. He'll probably replace Soul or replace Mithrala, and then I'll bring in another Reviver to replace Soul, and we'll go from there. But he's probably going to go into one of my Chimera teams tomorrow, and I'll post that up once I get that testing done. Going into dungeons, he can help you out everywhere. Yeah, his reset is really good for things like going into Phantom Shogun, if you're struggling on 25. So there's a certain way to beat 25 with two cleansers on a 3 turn. He's obviously not booked, so he can't fall into this, but what he can do is bring in a reset. So if you have a way to cleanse and you kind of have it on key, he can slot in and do the resetting for that cleanser to make sure it's always ready to keep that enfeeble off. So yeah, he could also work as an enfeeble tank because his kit, let's go back to it. Nope, wrong one. His kit, he's going to heal you up, right? Whenever he hits, regardless of the crit hit or not, you're going to get full team-wide heal. You're going to get a decreased cooldown on his A2, and then this is going to be a cleanse, continuous heal, strengthen, and 10 meter fall. And his passive will help to keep anybody alive if they may sort of, take damage or get close to dying. He's going to make sure they stay up. So yeah, one of the best additions to the game as far as fusions go, and one of the best additions to my account. I mean, my account's it's no slouch. We've got some good champions on here, and he's really taken it to a new level. Looking at someone like Mikey, the free champ, absolute monster, absolute monster. And I'm going to show you what Mikey does. Doom Tower. I think I might have done it on this one with him. No, I didn't do this one. But Mikey for Scarab King. I did run him. So he pretty much comes in as the shield breaker. If you're still running normal Doom Tower, let's go ahead all the way up. So 170. You can use Mikey and Donnie together. Donnie brings the heals, cleanse, reset. Mikey brings the shield breaking skill, shall I say. So I'll put him in his destroy set. You can kind of have a look at that. Where is it? Destroy. There we go. Husk and Painkeeper. I need to get that off them. Anyway, it's not even crit cap. It's 232. Just gonna put it on so you guys can see. Freaking heck, stop this. There we go. Okay, 232 speed, 4.6 attack, 344 accuracy. Alright, let's get straight into it. You guys can kind of have an understanding of the power of Mikey. Right, easy enough. Those waves are no problem for him on normal. His shield comes up when he gets hit as well, so that's really good against Scarab. Right, so we'll do this first, right? And then we'll go in with A3. It's up smite, decrease attack, leech, drops the shield by a little bit. Can reset. So he's stolen our buffs, unfortunately. That's fine. Decrease defense. As you can see, this Scarab shield is dropping really fast. Every time Donnie hits, Mikey's gonna hit as well. So get extra damage to the shield there. There we go, almost down. Next hit from Donnie is going to trigger it to break the shield. There you go, shield down. And it's pretty much just a solid kill the Scarab now. Smite lands again. Very much would recommend using Smite on Mikey, going into content along with Donnie. The ally attacks really make it easy. There we go, 16 turns, 1 minute, floor 100 normal, easy as you like. Donnie and Mikey. We can try hard. I don't know if they'll have the survivability to go through hard, but let's have a look. I think the waves might pose a bit of a problem. Let's have a look. Waves are slightly stronger. Yeah, on hard mode. Okay, that's fine. Easy. I'll just use that. Okay, that's fine. Alright, now into the scarab. Gonna use that. See, the shield break is a lot lower on hard mode, so it's really tough. He's also got a lot more stats, so he's gonna be landing fears on you guys and these guys, so it starts getting a bit trickier. Again, the Guardian set's helping with keeping Donnie alive. Um, and then Donnie obviously heals up everybody else. Should start seeing it fall off very soon. Right, so as we can see, Mikey and Donnie together on 100 hard find it a little bit difficult to stay alive, and that's because there's no shield buff going up. So if you don't meet some of the requirements for resisting, or your champs just aren't tanky enough, they're going to take tons of damage and it's going to cause a loss, but that's okay. You can just pair them up with any shield champ you have. Where is she? There you go. Pair them up with Masrala. They'll do the work. You can throw in a buff extender maybe if you have one. I have someone like Anchorite, he can keep the shield up. You can throw in Ancora, who can also give extra shields if you have a. You can put in Lamasu to help reset Mithrala to make sure the shield stays up. But you're going to want to bring a protection set Mithrala in to make sure those buffs are protected. I have in a 6-piece right now. 9-piece would obviously be the best, but if you can't do 9-piece, try and get the 6-piece. It'll definitely shore up your run. Alright, so that's another place where Mikey can be really useful. Clan Boss Hydra. Might have used him in this team. Yeah. He does damage. Does tons of damage. And he's really good. So obviously this is not an insane run. It's only 40 million. But why is it so good? Right. Firstly, Mikey does debuff spreading. Okay, so if you're finding someone like Esme is weak hitting on certain heads, you know, the spread's not happening, Mikey can come along and spread the block buffs, spread the weaken, spread decreased defense. Crocat puts out Leech, so he's helping to keep us alive. Husk is just here for provoking and max HP damage. He's built in a relentless set for this. But Mikey really is the star of the show. 10 million damage, right? You guys saw the build we had on him. It's nothing insane in terms of damage. So we obviously used the main build. Or no, we used the main build. We didn't use that Hydra build this week. So we used the main build for Mikey. Again, it's not super quick. It's not insanely strong, but he's got some decent stats. Got good accuracy, just to make sure he lands all those very important debuffs for us. Okay, Mikey, when he's able to, is probably one of the best champions for this kind of content. If you guys remember another free champ, Loki, everybody kind of thought he'd be really solid for Hydra, and he is in the early game, right? He's a very good early game Hydra champ. Okay, he's got an A1 AoE, and then his A2 does a debuff spread effect. Okay, so what's the problem? It's two random debuffs and placing them on all enemies. Mikey, right? He applies a debuff, taking all debuffs and placing them on all the enemies, and ignores resistance if the initial attack was critical. So spreading, insane. He does it perfectly. So Mikey going into Hydra offers you a lot of utility. With the spread, he brings decreased defense as well, so he spreads that. Spreads decreased attack and leech from his A3 once he places them. He's got taunt on. Not that it really helps, but it does help in the grand scheme of things. So going into Hydra, he brings tons of utility. I think, let me see if I still have it on here. I did run Mikey and Donnie together in one team previously, and they did some decent damage. Okay, I can't find that team, unfortunately. Yeah, can't find that team. But Mikey and Donnie together, I mean, you could kind of see it from Derpy. Uh, he's got Mikey gear up with the Toxic set, which is an interesting choice. I suppose he's seen the video from Boozle on Mikey soloing. I think it's Dragonard, and Ice Golem. Yeah, I think it's those two. So he's able to do that as well. But yeah, them together, you get tons of healing from Donnie. You get a lot of debuff spreading going off. Yeah, he's obviously doing damage, given that he is in Nature's Wrath. I prefer mine with Smite on because it's not really there for damage. My mic is more for debuff placement and debuff spreading. The fact that he's doing more damage than my Crowcad, to be fair, my Crowcad is not the best, but he's doing more damage than Crowcad, and is doing almost the same amount of damage as Husk. About 4 million off, which is not a lot. So yeah, he's contributing a lot, even though he's not built out to do damage. I think we all need to remember that as well. So, all in all, right, the two turtles that were available, Mikey and Donnie, having them two alone should be a huge buff to any mid-game account. I'll say it again. Mikey and Donnie alone are very crucial to your account. They will bring a lot of boosts in terms of running faster dungeons, running better dungeons, running easier in dungeons. Once again, Mikey Destroy Set can do work on Scarab and doing Tower Normal for you, and Curse City for you. Donnie, with his reset and heal and cleanse and all of the above, can boost your dungeon running teams. Mikey, sorry, with decreased attack, leech, and decreased defense, can easily slot into most dungeon teams. Think about something like Fire Knight, right? Fire Knight stage 25. That's a team I've used before. It's what? 85 turns, 1 minute 40 seconds, right? It's not incredibly fast, but this team can get the job done. Free champ fusion, pullable champ Farrakhan. Krezia can be replaced with any damage dealer, really. Only reason I have it in is because max HP hits obviously take down bosses' health a lot faster. So you can replace her with Ninja if you have him. You can replace her with pretty much Crowcat, any other damage dealer you have. This position is purely just to fill up as damage dealer. So as you can see, they've already improved my Fire Knight with. I'll just take you guys in quickly to have a look at this. A bit of a long run getting rid of the waves, which is the only problem with this team. But it slowly gets better. I'll bring you guys back as soon as we are at the boss. Shouldn't take too long. Right, guys, we have reached the boss. Yeah, it's kind of zoned out there for a little bit. So pretty much, Farrakhan opened A3, started ally attacking the boss. I'm just gonna put it back onto auto here, and got the shield on. And now it's just about taking care of the boss. Acrisia's A3 does have turn meter reduction, so the more she uses that, the better. Also have decreased speed from Lamasu, and yeah, pretty solid run, nothing too difficult. So yeah, she can definitely boost your runs in Fire Knight. Well, they can boost your runs in Fire Knight. Same thing with Spider, they can boost it in Spider. Obviously, this is a very set team I've got going on here. But Donnie can really help out with Spider with his A3 AoE smack, and then Mikey's A3 AoE, and then he can obviously spread decreased defense out for you on the spiders. So spider hard mode, you pretty much want big damage. So this setup does that for me, but I'm not going to show you one for Donnie and them. Don't have one set up. Yeah, Ice Golem. I haven't quite done all my hard mode stages, but I'm sure getting into Ice Golem. So what you need going into Ice Golem is two things: block revive, which I bring with Embrace, right? Decrease attack. So I'll do that. Decrease attack from Mikey. Hard mode, you want HP burns going out. So we can do that with Ninja, right? And then you want someone to keep you alive or revive the team if need be. So you have two options. We can bring Ancora here, or if we're not going for the full revive, we can bring Mithrala. So I'm going to go with Ancora in this setup. And we'll do it like that. And yeah, it's how they do this. Is stage 5 hard mode. Should be easier to get through the waves here, given that we have Embrace and Ninja. Oh wow, this is a weak stage for Embrace. I actually forgot. I should have gone onto the Void stage. Sorry about that. Which is stage 6. There we go. Just give me a second, guys. Alright, there we go. Void stage. There we go. This is going to be a lot easier, given the... It's not going to be actually easier. Need to make sure you control... Also would need a preset, I suppose. Let's do this ourselves. Okay, spread. Can we freeze everyone? Yeah. Embrace pretty much just needs to be doing his A1 a lot of the time. And then once you kind of get one enemy dead, everybody starts falling. That's how strong his passive is. Okay, decrease attack out on everyone. Just shield up. Freeze everyone, kill one. Now it kind of starts escalating a lot. Yeah, we don't have to worry about survivability here. They're gonna die pretty soon. Embrace just goes to work with that passive, man. He's really strong for this. Okay. Then we get to the big boss, the Ice Golem. Right? So we want to put up some protections. And then go to work with some HP burns. Decrease attack. do some damage to them. There we go. Okay, we froze one. Okay, Mikey got resisted, which is not what you want to see. But we will get everything reset. So you kind of want to kill off the minions as soon as possible. And if you have Lydia done through Faction Wars, it's going to make this so much easier. There we go, decrease defense out. It's going to help a lot. Please don't kill him. Nah, man. It's okay. Empress will kill this one. Block revive there. And then the run gets kind of smooth from there. Get a ninja out of that. Empress should kill him. Nah. Just missing his damage, man. It's okay. But yeah, as Donnie's kind of just helping everyone stay alive with his A1 and his ally protection from the Guardian set. And yeah, it's just making things very smooth. That's not who you were supposed to attack, Ninja, but that's okay. Empress comes back. And we can do this. Bring Donnie back. He can start keeping us alive. Yeah. Pretty quick 121 turns, stage 6. Ninja Empress with the damage. Mikey pitching in with 3 million damage. Just have a look at that. 3.3 is 1 million behind Ninja, but he's 1 million ahead of Empress. I'm not saying my Empress is obviously the best, but he's kitted out really well in his arena gear set. 240 speed, 75k HP, 208 crit damage, goes up to 82 and 221 crit damage. So like I said, not the best because I'm trying to get him to stone skin with this, but he's geared up for damage. Okay, his A2 on his alt form is also fully booked. He's got full masteries. So, you know, he's keeping up with the big boys. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Just a quick showcase on Donnie and Mikey together. And the fact that I think even if we do end up missing out on Leo, it's not the end of the world. You know, there's still ways in which you can have your team excel without those two coming in. Something like this. So there's no revive here. So if you go down, you go down, man. Let's have a look. Can they do stage 20 before we cap it off? Protection. Attack. Alright, pretty solid. 732k Mikey, 989 Ninja, 300 healing from Donnie, kept everyone alive. Man, look guys, nothing more I can really say except they are game changers on their own. Donnie is a game changer on his own. Yeah, Donnie can pretty much carry teams on his own. So with this time we're bringing in Alice, we're leaving Mikey out. So obviously less healing is going to be coming in because he's not going to be using his ally attack. Go decrease attack straight away. Alice clears those out. Ooh, I don't know if she's geared up actually. She might not be geared up. That might be a problem. Yeah, I don't think she's geared up. Decrease attack again. Big damage from Ninja. Some heals. Get some more turn meter going. There we go. Solid work, man. As you can see, same thing, keeps everyone alive. That's all is in to do. Is she geared up fully? Not at all. Had a feeling she was missing her gear. It's quite unfortunate she seemed too slow. But yeah, anyway, she missed gear. She's supposed to probably die, but she survived. Again, Mikey and Donnie, two game-changing champs. So again, guys, don't be too sad. Leo's a great champ, obviously, brings tons of damage and utility to your team with his unity skill. But if we miss out on him, I don't think I'll be too upset. We'll take it as it is, and we'll just move on. It's kind of what we have to do. I've missed out on a few champs in previous events due to pay to win and paywall kind of blockages. So yeah, take it on the chin and go for the next one. That's all I can say. Until then, I've been Numbers. This has been a Raid Shadow Legends video showcasing 2 of the 4 great Ninja Turtles. I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.